Good afternoon, everyone. It's Reality Recap. It's your girl V with your midday tea talk. Today we're going to be going over last night's episode, which was episode 4 of Real Housewives of Orange County. Did you guys watch it? Are you loving this season so far? Let me know. We are streaming live right now across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can comment live. I will read your comments, answer your questions. Hi, Prime. Is it Prime or Preem? I don't want to say it wrong, but hello. Thanks for stopping in. Let's get it started with our midday tea talk. Again, we're going over Real Housewives of Orange County, episode 4 from last night. I want to get started. Let's check it out. So, y'all, let me get my notes. Y'all know I always got my notes. I'll be writing real-time notes watching these shows. So, first, nothing to do with the drama of the episode, but I just wanted to say how much I love Heather Dubrow, y'all. Like, she, to me, is the persona of the housewife that I want to see on these shows. She's rich, she's well-mannered, she has opulence, and I just loved watching her in her luxury penthouse last night with Terry, pointing out her mansion over on the hills that is to the left of Drake. I said, you better go, girl. You better go. Now, that's the type of women I want to see on The Housewives. I just love the opulence of Heather Dubrow. She, it's what I'm looking for in this housewife show. I want to escape my normal broke-ass life and see these women just live lavish lifestyles. And I just feel like Heather definitely personifies that. So I just had to say that about last night's episode where they did the little arrow to her house and Drake's house over to the left. I said, yes, honey. Yes, give it to us. I just enjoyed that. But last night, starting out with the episode, Tamara had organized a girls' night, right? So Tamara organized this girls' night, which she did not include Shannon because she is saying how she doesn't want to be involved with Shannon or hang out or drink with her, being that she had the DUI case at the beginning of this season. So Shannon was not included. Heather also was not there. I want to also start out by saying, they were going around in their little Uber truck picking up all the girls for the girls' night. And they stopped at Katie's house. And Emily decided that she needed to pee real bad, but she wasn't going to go into Katie's house because she didn't want to do the whole meet her husband and all of that. So she peed in Katie's bushes. Now, y'all, I'm going to tell you, there's 2 people that I'm not really feeling this season, and Emily is one of them, okay? I just think that she is crass. She does not personify housewife. Just at Heather's event, spitting out the martini, talking about, it tastes like it has a loogie in it, peeing in people's bushes. The energy she's giving behind people's back, like calling Jen a broke Barbie. Like, I don't know if she thinks she's being funny, but I'm not really feeling Emily this season. She got a whole lot to say about everybody, but ain't got nothing going on in her world that I really want to know about. So I'm just not feeling Emily, but that's how we started off this episode with her pissing in Katie's bushes. I thought that was disgusting. When you could have just went in and asked to use the bathroom and said hello to her husband. Like, seriously, you don't even know this girl like that. Y'all let me know. Y'all letting somebody, what if y'all saw that? Somebody coming to your house to pick you up and didn't want to come into your house, so they peed in your bushes. Like, how terrible. I'm really not feeling her this season. But, yeah, I just don't like the things she's saying or doing. It's not funny. She always, trying to tear people down, it feels like, and I'm just not feeling that. So, they head over to girls' night. They're at the bar. Hi, everyone. They're at the bar, and Katie decides she's going to start her attack or rant on the OG Heather Dubrow. And I feel like that's getting old, y'all. It's getting old for newbies to come on the show and immediately try to beef with an OG on the show. Like, that's getting old. I mean, I went from really wanting to get to know Katie in like episode 2 to not really caring if she makes it or not. I kind of retract what I said about her after episode 2. But you know, episode 2 with Katie, we were getting to know her story. And I thought she had an interesting story, being that she was adopted. She's from Georgia. She has, you know, different, you know, she has children with different men that hasn't worked out. Like, she was giving us the real, like, you could relate to her. But, and then in this episode, she decides she's gonna go after Heather. And it's just, let us just get to know you first before you decide that you're gonna start going after somebody and making that your storyline. I don't know. If y'all feeling Katie, let me know in the comments. But I'm just, that was real whack. But anyway, let's get into what Katie decided to say. So it was some issues last season where Tamra accused Heather, and also online they were accusing Heather of calling the paparazzi to let them know where she was going to be. They were at Disneyland, and they were saying that some photos that came out were like posing or posed photos, and that Heather called them. And if she did call them, so what? Y'all mad because they ain't coming if y'all call? Because if Katie called the paparazzi, if any of them call the paparazzi, they ain't coming. So if she called them, what you mad for? Because they ain't coming for you? Who doesn't do that in Hollywood or in the entertainment realm? Like, isn't that how Kim Kardashian got her start, by calling the paparazzis and telling them everywhere she was going to be? I don't get what the big deal is. But anyway, Katie is saying that she is good friends with a man named Max, who is in charge of all the paparazzi. How is that even so? One man controls all paparazzi. I legit thought, and y'all tell me if y'all know something I don't know, but I legit thought that paparazzi worked for themselves, and they got pictures and then they turned them over to get paid for them. I didn't know that all the paparazzi around everywhere from New York to LA to anywhere else was all ran by one man named Max that doesn't have social media because he don't want people to know what he do. Okay, Katie, whatever you say. And she was saying she had receipts that her good friend Max, who runs the paparazzi, is, you know, Heather reached out to him to have paparazzi show up when she was at Disneyland, and she said that she had receipts. Now, Tamra, who is also the other person I'm not really feeling this season, because I just feel like every season she chooses her closest friends to tear down, to fight with, to make herself relevant, to stay on this show. I like mean girl energy when it's shady, but it's giving downright evil, and I really don't, you know, the way she's kicking Shannon while she's down, how she did Jen last season when you brought her on the show just to basically use her as your storyline to fight with her about her relationship with Ryan. I just feel like every season Tamra says, okay, I gotta stay on this show, let me fight with someone, tear someone down. Like, again, what's going on in Tamra's life? Is there anything going on that we're interested in? Except for her podcast with Teddy. And honestly, seem like we're more interested in Teddy. But is there anything going on with her and her husband? Is there anything going on in her life that we care about? I know she shared about her situation with her daughter not speaking with her, which that's been the case for some years now. And definitely hope they reconcile. Don't ever want to see that. But are we really interested in anything that's going on with Tamra? So again, you know, she's using Shannon's situation, the situation with Heather, to make herself relevant on this show. So Tamra and Emily, they are off my radar, not two that I'm really checking for this season. But let me bring it back. I don't want to get too far off subject. But yeah, you know, Tamra was doing cartwheels, you know, happy that Katie was confirming this whole Heather calls the paparazzi. She was hands up, raising the roof, so happy. Oh, and Katie said she had a receipt of it, and she's like, woo! Didn't even stop to verify what the receipt was, but she was just so happy to find out that someone else could confirm that Heather allegedly calls the paparazzi. And again, like I said, if she does call them, what you mad for? Because they won't come if you call? Like, for real. But yeah, so that was the end of girls' night. Gina left girls' night very nervous because apparently Katie had told Gina this information. Gina did not share with anyone, not even Emily, which is a shocker. And she just was like, yo, like, Heather's gonna come for you, sis. You better get ready. She was really nervous about it, and I don't blame her. But yeah, they left the girls' night kind of like, ooh, Katie girl. I feel like they set Katie up, like, to talk about this stuff, to try to bring Heather to the carpet, knowing how Heather get down and that she was gonna get in her ass. But that's how the end of girls' night went. So, what else happened last night? Oh, also in girls' night, before I say that ended, Katie also mentioned that there was a post that Heather put up where she tagged Katie on the post, and she's saying like she doesn't think it was a mistake, that she thinks that Heather was not trolling but investigating her page, and she made a mistake and tagged her, when Heather just said, apparently I don't follow Katie, but maybe Katie's page starts with her screen name, maybe starts with her handle starts with GI or something like that, because Heather simply said, like, I don't run my own social media page, honey, and I was wearing a Givenchy dress that night, so maybe when she typed GI, it tagged you by mistake. It was an error. Again, if it was an error, she tagged you, girl, go ahead and get the follows, because that's the only way you're going to get them is by her tagging you. So what is the big deal? But yeah, she let them know that too, and made it allude to, like, almost as if Heather is obsessed with her, is trying to, investigate her, know all about her, yada, yada, yada. Like, girl, go sit down somewhere. Ain't nobody thinking about you. So after that, the next day, Gina and Katie got together, and again, she was just saying, like, girl, you in danger, Molly. Girl, you is in danger. She was just telling her that and trying to prepare Katie for what was to come if she confronted Heather. So you can't say she didn't give her fair warning. Also, what we saw was Jen preparing to go on a trip to Las Vegas, and I just wanted to insert that. It was really sad to see Jen getting ready to go away and crying about how she's, upset that she's not at the same level as these girls as far as financially, and just the way they've been making her feel as far as, like I said, Emily calling her broke Barbie, them basically counting her pockets, like, oh, you going through this financial strife, but you still getting your weave done, you still wearing makeup, you still got new clothes, like. And I'm just looking like every time Gina call Jen broke, it's like, aren't you and your boyfriend separating and moving out because y'all can't afford a bigger house? Are you rich because you sold a house or two? You just started your real estate career. You were just in the same boat as her in your casita when you were going through your divorce. So it's given, again, the pot calling the kettle calling the pot. Okay? But I was just like, girl, what? What does it matter to you? What's going on with Jen? And the fact that Jen is really saddened about it, because I would live my life. If I'm with Ryan, even though, allegedly Ryan did some fraud, we're going to find that out later in the season, allegedly. But if she's living with Ryan now and he's affording her lifestyle and taking her to Vegas, none of y'all business. Like, mind your business. And stop counting other people's pockets. Count your own. Emily, is your husband a lawyer yet? What about that? Let's talk about that. Stop trying to make other people on the show your storyline. It's crazy to me, but it was just sad to see Jen crying. Like I said, these girls are really kicking people while they down on this season, when it comes to Jen and Shannon. And I don't really like that. I don't like that at all. I met Jen and she's such a sweet person. I told her when I met her, like, I want you to give that energy. Don't let these girls talk to you any type of way. Stand your ground, sis. I'm trying to give her a little pointer or two. But it was like, wow. It was sad to see that, but I will say we did get to see Vicky last night too, which Vicky is always a good time. I'd rather have her back than Emily, real talk, and Tamara, to be honest. But we got to see Vicky. She had a conversation with Shannon, and they were talking to someone. I don't know who he was, but they were talking about the Trace Amiga show and how Tamara dropped out, saying that she didn't think it was a good look to do that after Shannon's DUI, which is understandable. Maybe they could have postponed it. Why she had to drop out altogether, I don't know. Maybe they could have changed the dynamic of the show to not be about anything with drinking, or maybe Shannon sharing her story or what happened, her redemption. But her to just leave them high and dry, like I said, I don't like how she do her friends. So with that said, they sat down talking, and it sounded like Vicky wanted to sue. Honestly, she was saying they already had merchandise together, they already had tickets sold, and and Tamara pulled out. They already had a LLC, and she pulled out, and it was just like, now they're left to do what? Dos Amigas is the show, which is still doing well, by the way. But they were saying that ticket sales had taken some steps back because she pulled out, and they were feeling kind of left up in the air. But they were going to move forward. The show must go on. They're doing their show now. They did one recently in New York and Philly, and it was sold out. So they still doing their thing. But Tamara pulled out. Shannon also let Vicky know that she received a lawsuit from Mr. Johnny J for him saying she owes $75,000. I believe this is for the facelift, because that has recently came out that he must have paid for or helped her with her facelift that Shannon got, and now he wants the money back. And Vicky was spilling the tea, honey, about Mr. Johnny J. She let us know that Shannon was affording his lifestyle, paying for his boat stuff and everything like that. And she even said, when y'all broke up, he ain't had no job. So it sounds like, to me, allegedly, Johnny J is trying to sue Shannon to live his life with his new boo, Alexis. I'll leave that tea right there. But it seems like, to me, that's what's happening. So yeah, Johnny J is suing her, and she was just upset, crying. She's still a single mom. She has kids in college, and it costs more to fight something like that in court. It costs more than $75,000 in lawyer fees just to fight that. So she's kind of feeling like she's in the same boat with the whole Alexis thing, and her ex-husband suing, and that cost her almost $300,000 to fight that in court. And she's just like, bruh, leave me alone. Like, you go your way, I go my way, and enjoy your life with Alexis. But he's suing her, child, and she's sad about it, understandably. Like, an ex-boyfriend suing you because he helped you with a facelift. Like, hopefully she kept her receipts for everything that she was buying and helping him with, and she can get out of it quick without it costing her too much money. But we'll see that continue to unfold. What else? Tamara and Emily are hanging out now, and Gina might be a little jealous about that. But they both spent the night talking and hating on Heather and saying, yeah, she called the paparazzi, yada, 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 like not being a good friend. And we'll get into why I feel like that wasn't being a good friend on either of their parts. But they were just, again, happy to have some dirt on Heather. They're such haters, yo. Katie also threw an event last night. She threw a golfing event. And let me tell you something. The fact that Katie threw a golfing event and has like golfing as like her little stitch in her tagline, and then her to get on the green and be terrible at golfing is sending me. Like, sis, what? I expected her to get out there and be hitting holes in ones or whatever they call it and golf, and she got out there and was fucking terrible. I could not believe that. But she held a golfing event last night, and on the episode last night, and she then goes to tell the girls, because they let Shannon in on the situation of what Katie has said about the whole paparazzi. And then Katie then adds on to that, like, yeah, my friend Cynthia Bailey, who we know from RHOA, she's one of my close friends, and she said when she saw Heather at an event that Heather went straight to her and wanted to know everything about me. Like, she's really trying to make like Heather is obsessed with her. And it was just like, and now you done threw Cynthia under the bus. I don't know why Cynthia, I know she's in LA most of the time, but she's hanging out with Sutton Strack and all these people. Like, I don't know if she's just trying to rub elbows with money or what, but girl, I don't know if this girl really your friend, because she threw you straight under the bus, Miss Cynthia Bailey, last night. So you need to go on back to RHOA where you at and hang out with your kind, if you get what I'm saying. But I don't get what that was about. But she threw her under the bus saying that Heather wanted to know everything about her, basically like investigating her, which I just simply don't believe. And then towards the end of the episode, we saw where Tamra pulls Heather aside and want to tell Heather, you know, Katie said some really bad things about you, as if she's a good friend. Like you wasn't just doing cartwheels at the girls' night when you was getting this information. Now you're so concerned and want to tell Heather that this is what's happening and give her a heads up. And even Gina too. Gina was over there with Tamra when this information was being relayed, but you knew this information already, Gina. So where does your loyalty lies? Why didn't you tell Heather this when Gina first told you that? Why didn't you bring it up to her that night after girls' night? So I don't know where Gina's loyalties lie, but they all were so concerned and wanted to tell Heather, child, bye. And mind you, Heather, again with the opulence, came into Katie's event, Prada down. Not just regular Prada. I'm talking about that gold bling Prada bag, shoes, her little outfit, her little ponytail with a bow. She looked so cute. That's what I'm talking about, Heather, with your opulence. I love it. But yeah, they give Heather the heads up. You see Heather's face immediately change, like, sis, you want to try me? Let's go. So Katie came over to her and saying how, yeah, you know, Max, my friend, he is such a like a wrangler of the paparazzi, and he said that you did call the paparazzi. I feel like I've caught you lying. And she said, and what Heather was saying was making sense. So I'm the one that called the paparazzi, but you got them on speed dial as your friend. I'm the one doing the investigating allegedly on you because I looked at your Instagram, but you are the one investigating me with this paparazzi guy. You like make it make sense. And then she's saying, well, you saw me at Sutton's Christmas party and you looked at me and turned away. And Heather like, yeah, I saw you once on your Instagram and you expect me to just point you out in person? Like, girl, bye. You not even on my radar. I don't see you, bitch. I don't see you. But yeah, Heather taught her a new one. And it was just honestly stupid. Like I said, if she called the paparazzi, so what? What does that matter? I just felt like, again, it was something for her to try to start her storyline. And Heather even said on Watch What Happens Live last night, she was like, you know, we have to see the rest of the season. She didn't want to give too much away. But she said, when you look at the timeline of this stuff that Katie's saying versus what really happened, it's going to make more sense to you. But Katie, you went from being like somebody I really want to get to know to real quick, girl. That was just totally stupid. And it was the receipt for me. Like, Katie saying she has this receipt of Heather reaching out to the paparazzi. Her receipt was her texting this unknown person named Max because he's in charge of the paparazzi. And she had a text message where she said, hey, just wanted to ask, did Heather reach out to get the paparazzi at Disneyland? And this person said yes. I thought she had the text of Heather reaching out to the paparazzi or a voice note of reaching out to the paparazzi. Like, that was your receipt? I don't know Max from a can of paint to know that his yes holds any weight. The Bravo babe, hi. She said that was zero proof, in my opinion. Totally agree. That was not a receipt. Like, new girl, you need a lesson on receipts because your receipt was not receipting at all. That meant nothing to me. I really thought she was going to come with the actual text from Heather or a voice note or something, girl. Like, go back to the drawing board. You know, episode 2, like I said, I was so intrigued and really wanted to get to know Katie. I felt like individually she had her own story about herself that she could tell us about herself. She seemed interesting, edgy, but now it's like, girl, what? She Heather taught her a new asshole, point blank, and she left like, okay, well, all right, because Heather said, I don't really want to get to know you no more. And Heather killed it with, she said, well, it was nice to meet your husband. Basically, not nice to meet you, but it was nice to meet your husband, sis. And that's about it. I'm going to go have dinner with my multimillionaire husband, sis, while you out here faking it on the golf course. Like, who holds a golfing event and then can't golf? Who has golfing as part of their tagline, but then get out there and can't golf? Like, are you serious right now? The Bible says she seems to have wealth, but not weak housewife interest so far. Yeah, like, I really, you know, I thought her story about her adoption, her children, the different fathers, things we could relate to and wanted to get to know her. But now it's like, I don't know how she's going to redeem herself. I really don't. So, you know, that's my recap. I'm not feeling Emily so far this season. I don't like, you know, her behind the back comments and always trying to make, you know, kicking Jen while she's down. I don't like how Tamara's treating Shannon this season. You know, that's her friend to go after and attack this season. Peeing in people's bushes, Emily, like, just crass. And call me biased if you want, but like I said, Heather Dubrow gives the opulence that I need in Housewives realm. That's what I need to see when it comes to Housewives, is opulence. You know, like I said, her in her luxury penthouse apartment looking over her mansion to the left of Drake, honey. I don't know what the rest of these chicks doing, you know. And with Gina calling Jen broke when she's one step away from broke, you literally are breaking up with your boyfriend right now because y'all can't afford a bigger house. Y'all splitting. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, you were just in her boat, and so was Tamara many moons ago when she was digging through her garage looking for clothes with tags on it to sell on eBay, girl, when you were going through your financial struggles with your then husband. Like, what are we talking about? It's just not giving any support. It's not giving women's empowerment. It's whack. And Katie just added to the whackness last night with her paparazzi story. It was just like, but I am truly enjoying this season. If you have not been watching Real Housewives of Orange County, we are 4 episodes in. Binge catch up this weekend. I definitely enjoyed last night's episode. You know, that is my recap on episode 4, Real Housewives of Orange County. Join me again for another midday tea talk. I might do it a little earlier on the weekends because, you know, with the kiddos and stuff, I might do it a little bit earlier. But I will be back tomorrow to recap tonight's episode of Love After Lockup on WeTV. Look out for a sneak peek of tonight's episode. I will put that up for you in a moment. Make sure you watch. Love After Lockup is on episode 2 of this new season. If you haven't seen it, make sure you watch it. It's going to be a good season. So we'll be back again Saturday for a midday tea talk on that. And then I will see you Monday for a recap of Real Housewives of New Jersey, honey. We have the season finale coming. It's so much good TV on right now. So, you know, Real Housewives of New Jersey, OC, Love After Lockup, Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop ATL. I'm giving you more content with midday tea talks on the episodes. And then on Thursdays, don't forget, we had a good episode last night. You can watch that on YouTube. My link is in my bios. But we had a good podcast episode last night on all the tea that spilled this week, with Phaedra coming back to RHOA, Scrappy and his alleged baby on the way from one of his contestants from his dating show, the Apollo and Phaedra drama with Dr. Heavenly allegedly involved. So much good tea. A lot of you guys were commenting and supporting last night. I appreciate it. So go watch that episode. Please like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok. I'm everywhere. for you to get the tea and the latest on all the reality TV shows that are out right now. So also support. Cash App is up there. Support. Help me grow, promote, grow in my equipment. I appreciate all your support. And I will see you again tomorrow. Look out for the flyer and the time of tomorrow's midday tea talk on Love After Lockup. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Have a great weekend. Be safe. It's your girl V with Reality Recap. And remember, reality TV stars are humans too. What would you do? Ask yourself that. Peace.